10k subs. Thought I'd stream. Haven't streamed in, I think, at least a week, maybe 2 weeks. So we're here hanging out. I think there's so much that happened. And we have a Discord community who's been keeping us updated. So we're going to go through the links that were posted on Discord, if I can bring it up. What's the plan for today's live? I'm going to go over some of the updates that have happened in the past 2 weeks. We have a new section here called the links dump, where we've made it a bit easier for people to post links. So like news that has happened. When did I create this? 12th of March. So it's been 12 days since I made this. Previously, and we still do have the links forum. But the issue some people said with this is you have to actually like post a title and a description, and it just adds some friction. It does have a nice search and tagging, which is cool, but a lot of people just want to dump a link in, so I've made the links dump so people can just dump links, and it's been going well. People have been dumping the links. So the first link here was AI Studio. I'm not sure if I talked about this. I think I probably have, because it's been quite a while since. AI Studio by Google is so cool. Like we actually have pretty decent image editing by prompts, like kind of what we've wanted to replace Photoshop, just being able to prompt remove this, add this, edit this. It's pretty good. There's some stuff it struggles with. It's like faces and consistent in some cases. Some of that can be like mitigated with prompt engineering, but yeah, there's still some limitations. Like check it, I've made some bookmark, like some cool examples I saw. This one, removing the backgrounds, looks like it does a pretty damn good job at that. Also remove the hand here in the shadows to make this a professional photo. I've also seen that it can remove watermarks pretty well. You can just prompt it to remove a watermark and it does that pretty well. That's like a pretty big feature that I think could be very useful. Let's look at some more here. That is not good for it to remove watermarks for copyright issues. Definitely some legal issues there, but I'm not sure how they get around that. Thumbnail optimizer, make the person surprised, hands on face, add shading. This is so cool. I think this is one of my best use cases, is like editing thumbnails with Gemini on AI Studio. So cool. Professional look. Oh yeah, I've seen people make passport photos from other photos as well. I think that was a pretty sick use case. Adding a logo on a mug. Amazing. Changing a bottle and adding a logo. Colorizing photos. This one is a pretty sick use case. Colorizing photos. Adding stuff to images. Side view. See, remove the watermark. This is a pretty basic watermark, but it's able to flawlessly remove it. It's amazing. It also does text images. Adding clothing to models or to any other. You can upload an image and tell it to like change it. I think I already explained that, but this one was pretty cool too. Sprite sheet, creating stuff from sprite sheets. I tried to get it to like create sprite sheets, but it wasn't the best at that. I think that would be an awesome use case for a game dev, but it wasn't really the best at creating. Your Deepseek just dropped. Yes, we will get to that. It looks really good. It's super cheap and it's outperforming the old Deepseek V3. Doesn't outperform the reasoning models on the Ada leaderboard, but it outperforms even O3 on medium. I guess I could quickly have a look. No, that's medium. This is the new Deepseek V3 released on 24th of March, hitting 55%. So still not as good as Deepseek R1, but better than the old Claude 3.5. Oh, it's actually better than Claude 3.5. That's actually pretty big. The fact that it's 4% better than Claude 3.5 is actually huge, because it's so much cheaper. Look, Claude cost $14, whereas Deepseek V3 only $1.12, which is less than a tenth of that price. So super amazing. This is, if I was paying for APIs to code with, I'd probably be using this most of the time, just because it's so much cheaper and I'm frugal. Otherwise, Claude Sonnet 3.7 is outperforming it, and then with thinking tokens, Sonnet 3.7 is really good. Cursor also released a bunch of updates. Cursor Max. There's this Max mode for Sonnet, which enables you to use, I think, the maximum amount of thinking tokens for Sonnet. So it's like improves the output quite a lot. But this max mode isn't actually part of the cursor plan. You actually have to pay, I think it's like 5 cents for each prompt and each tool call for this Sonnet max mode, so it actually does get quite expensive. So those are two pretty big updates. Looks like Cursor has a lot of other updates here. What do they got here? Improve usage-based cost visibility. So you can see the pricing of the usage-based cost. So you have to pay for GPT 4.5 and the max Claude Sonnet 3.7. Just creating a new chat. So there's a new message here once your thing gets long. Sound notification beta. This is pretty good because obviously we know with these thinking models especially, it takes a long time for these agents to complete the task. So a lot of people go to different tabs and do different things. So having a sound notification when the work is done is pretty useful. Client has this feature. I think it's really good. Chat tabs. Oh, this is huge. You can have multiple conversations in parallel. Oh, this is actually so huge. Previously, you'd have to open a new cursor window to run a new agent in parallel, but it looks like now they have chat tabs, so you can have multiple cursor tabs, multiple agents running on the same code. Now, I wonder how conflicts will work with that. Also, managing versions, there could be some complications with that. I'm not sure how that works. What else they got? Built-in modes. Oh, you can add custom modes? Oh, that's pretty cool. So you can have a separate mode for YOLO. So if you want to do some YOLO stuff, have it just like run commands without you accepting, and then have a separate mode where the YOLO mode doesn't do that. I think that's what they're saying here. You can define it. Pretty cool. The cursor updates. Next update is pretty nice, but currently it's only available in beta. It seems like Cursor kind of rolls out these updates slowly, rolling, as they say here. They don't just give it to everyone in one go. The fact that they charge 5 cents for the max model and 5 cents for each tool call is crazy. It definitely does seem a lot compared to how you can use the same model, 3.7, without thinking, and it does infinite tool calls and only charges you 1 usage per prompt, and it's just unlimited free if you go into the slow queue anyway. So I think the context for Cursor max context, so I assume that if you're using the non-max version of Claude with Cursor, you're not actually utilizing a big context window. So actually increasing the context window is pretty effective in improving performance, I'm pretty sure. Especially, well, it depends how much context you have in your code base. But obviously if you've got a big code base and you need a lot of context, it will definitely be. There's these ELO leaderboards by Artificial Analysis AI for video generation and speech to text, text to image, speech to speech. So cool. So we can go check out their leaderboards for video generation. OpenSora isn't here, so I'm not sure how it performs, but you can see all the big ones. VO2 seems to be the preferred video generation model for text to video. Kling second, OpenAI Sora third, Minimax T2V third, Pika 2 fourth, and Kling 1.6 fifth. For image to video, we don't have that one yet, but I was more interested in their text to image leaderboard, because where's their actual leaderboard here? Down the bottom. For some reason, I saw somewhere where Half Moon was actually at the top, but it's not even here. Am I in the wrong section? In this, I don't know why they have 2 leaderboards here. That does confuse me. I guess they also have a video arena. Is that different? No. Interestingly, in their arena leaderboard, this Half Moon Reeve image is actually outperformed. This one only recently came out, and I just saw a video on it. It seems like for prompt adhesion, sticking to the prompt, it's able to do really complex prompts. It's not the best for photorealism and some other things, but really good at sticking to prompts, and it doesn't back away from doing copyright images. You can generate celebrities and Coca-Cola symbols, stuff like that, which is pretty cool. So Sesame I thought was out. I'm sure a lot of you guys have seen that Sesame demo. The demo is so good. It's like that conversational AI. It's the most realistic conversational AI, voice AI that pretty much anyone has tried. But the issue is this model that they released is just a text-to-speech model. So it's not actually a conversational speech model, it's just a text-to-speech model. So it was like a massive letdown, and people on Reddit were pretty pissed. People on X were just blindly praising it. but maybe not. But I was pretty disappointed after such a cool demo. DGX Spark, it's super small. Look at the size compared to MacBook. You can see it's actually like quite small, and it's got a whole 128 gigabytes of unified memory on the small Spark. So you'll be able to run 70 billion parameter models, probably almost at full precision, maybe? I don't know. I don't know about full precision, but yeah. Yeah, it's also $3,500, I believe, for the NVIDIA one. Different, I think like Asus one is cheaper or something. I continue here. There's also the workstation. I don't know if they show that here because there's a DGX station. VGX station, I think they called, which is like a bit bigger and even more VRAM. Yeah, gigs of GPU memory. Which is pretty cool. And I'm pretty sure you can like look up, oh, here we go. Here are the prices. Yeah, Asus one, 1 terabyte instead of 4 from the NVIDIA one, but it's yeah. Oh wow, they've upped the price. This used to be 35. Oh no, I think actually maybe it was always 4. I think I could reserve one now if I wanted, but I don't really have a use case for local AI. Sambanova has Deepseek R1, so does Together AI, which is pretty good. I'm pretty hype on Sambanova because they are actually really fast. Like, when it comes to, I think I was running Quen, what's it, 2.5. Oh, they're actually outperforming Grok? No way. Yeah, Sambanova is outperforming Grok on speed. That is surprising. I don't think this number was the same before. It is like as expensive and not as much context window, but 300 tokens per second is super cool. And I think for Deepseek, Orpheus. Oh, I think I've heard good things about Orpheus. This is a TTS model that actually has emotion. I know a lot of them say that, but yeah.
Sarah here, and let me introduce you to Zach. He seems to be asleep. Zach, it's time to wakey wakey.
I was having such a great dream. Why are you bothering me? What time is it anyway?
Classic Zach, always. So groggy. Well, it's time to...
The cadence is a bit unnatural, but yeah, laugh and giggle and stuff. I think it's pretty cool. Definitely for you know, that are using that for like acting and like and stuff. Zero shot voice cloning, that's pretty good. Available in 4 sizes. That's nice. Yeah, source TTS model. Now, artificial analysis also has a TTS leaderboard, which is pretty cool. Text to speech, and generally it seems Kokoro is the best for its size. There's also this like HD, I'm not even sure what that is. Yeah, a bunch of different metrics, and doesn't look like Orpheus is in here, so it'd be nice to Vector. What is this? Oh yeah, this one, dude, they finally made an LLM fine-tuned to create SVGs, and it seems really good. Check this out. Yeah, they have a StarVector. Image to SVG, does text. Doesn't do text, so we can like convert an image, and the LLM is going to generate the SVG code, and it's pretty damn good. Like, this is crazy. Okay, didn't add the shadow. Okay, this is just the 1B model. There's also an 8B model, and I knew in Kaggle there was like a SVG competition drawing with LLMs. I wonder if they're going to enter it to this, because there's like 50k prize for this. Pretty annoyed that they don't have a demo. Data benchmark model doesn't look like they have a demo, which is annoying, but I'm parameter model, I should be able to run it. Oh, demo, here we go. I want you to run it yourself. Could be something I put in the to-do. Riley Brown made this post on like debugging with vibe coding debugging, which I think is a pretty big topic that we should go over. Who should we follow on X? Yeah, just get these big bookmarks, I guess, and you'll see who posts some good ones. Riley Brown, I think, you know, definitely one of the thought leaders in vibe coding. He claims to have no coding experience, and he's been making apps and like sharing his thoughts. I think he produces great content in the niche that we're on. So yeah, definitely I think follow Riley. Here are his tips for, you know, bugs or debugging with vibe coding. Try out the models. This is a good one. Yeah, so Claude's not working for you, try Deepseek, try O1, O3. That's a big one. Copy the error message. And yeah, this is actually a big one. So not just copy the error message and give it to the LLM to fix after it's already tried to do it and it's given you one, but actually revert to before when we made the error, add the error message at the end and say, do all this except last time when I gave you these instructions, we ran into this error. I think this is actually pretty because like prompting out of debugging, I think is a lot less effective than reverting with knowledge of that error and like getting of that. I think that's more effective, and that's like his prompt here. This is a prompt that they've given, reflect on 5 to 7 different possible sources for this problem, distill those down into 1 to 2 most likely sources, and then add logs to validate your assumptions before we move on to implementing the actual code. This is probably pretty effective. I've tried similar stuff, like instead of normally like way to debug is just to give it the error and be like, fix this. And that obviously can get into debug loops. So getting it to like brainstorm like for the error is pretty effective. And then yeah, going to complexity and pasting in the problem. This is actually pretty good. Sometimes it's like a new problem that you can find the answer to on the internet or the docs of the tool, but the LLM might not know about it. So that's happened to me before is I found the solution on the internet, and once I provided that context, I was able to solve a solution. So yeah, asking complexity or another like web tool could definitely help. Save the project and switch to Windsurf or another AI tool. Yep, that can help. I had similar experience last week. When I was stuck on something with Cursor, I tried it with Augment Code, and that was able to fix my issue. So yeah, definitely Windsurf, Augment Code, or a different tool, Aider, Klein, RuCode, etc. could definitely help. Deepseek, yeah, it's pretty much the same as step 4 here. But yeah, Deepseek is going to search for a lot more than Perplexity. So yeah. Lazy has a tip here. What do they say?
I keep a notes.txt in root in a cursor rule, which first tells it to respond with an emoji, so I know it used the rules, and telling it to keep issues, solutions, and other things you want to refer back.
Yeah, that was a pretty tip too I've seen. It's like, yeah, have the LLM like repeat phrase, or as Lazy said here, respond with a particular emoji so that you know the rules that you've specified. I think that's pretty cool. Really powerful prompt for Cursor. I want you to do this. Think insanely deep. Come up with an optimal plan to do so without mistakes. John Carmack will be reviewing this plan before you implement it. So it needs to be ridiculously high standards. These kind of hacks, like it's this person is probably like in latent space as like a high standard of quality. So if you're able to like trigger the LLM to go through that latent space, it could make it produce like a better code, which is pretty interesting. Yeah, just something so simple and beautiful. Like instead of those long ass prompts, it's just like John McCormack will be reviewing this. Think deeply. Very beautiful, very elegant. Matt Schumer. This is definitely another person that you want to follow if you're into LLMs, AI, coding, etc. Deepseek R1 on a single Mac Studio. I think this is so good. This is like one of the best models right now, and it's being run on data centers. And the fact that we're able to get the 4-bit, which is, I think, like pretty good precision at 18 tokens per second on a single Mac Studio. Granted, this Mac Studio is like 10 grand, but still, I think that's pretty good given like, you know, you got the NVIDIA DGX, which is like 3 grand, but it's only like 128 gigabytes of memory. So like Mac Studios are like pretty freaking impressive. If I was doing some local LLM stuff, I think I'd definitely choose a Mac Studio out of the current options that we have. And the form factor, that's another big one too. Like if 90, huge. It's probably faster, but 32 gigabytes and huge and heavy. But yeah, Mac amazing with MLX. That was a $1 million hackathon by Bolt. This is separate from the world's largest hackathon. Crazy. Okay, so they're making a competition first for making the landing page, but they haven't started the big competition yet. I'll post that on the Discord. And then we'll probably finish the stream there. Bolt is going to host world's largest hackathon for 1 mil. First, they are doing a smaller one to make a landing page for the hackathon. Prize 3K. All right. What's your opinion on famous devs like Primeagen hating on vibe coding? Yeah, no, I mean, Primeagen, valid points. But overall, I think he's coming from a butthurt place. I don't know. I think he's obviously a smart guy. Vibe coding definitely has its flaws, especially in the security and quality standpoint. But you can't deny the fact that people are doing some amazing stuff without having any prior coding knowledge. And I think like as AI better, it's gonna be pretty good at like patching up vulnerabilities and improving code quality as well. Like it's like overall posts keep moving, you know, like, oh, AI will never be able to code. And then it's like, oh, AI will be able to code securely. And then it's like, oh, AI will, you know what I mean? Like it's just the goalposts keep shifting and, you know, we're just extrapolating. I don't think their opinions are going to change eventually, yeah.